Hello, thank you for watching this video. This is basically about uh, Gold Super Trends Expert Advisor, which is on MetaTrader website, MQL5. And this EA is designed for MQL5. And basically here what I did while I'm talking to you, I started the test starting from January 1st all the way up to July 23rd, which is yesterday. And this is all in 2020. Now, this test is started with a bit of money. It started starting with $1 million because I wanted to show you how much it could go up to. Of course, you can start with $10,000. You can start with $50,000 if you want to use multi-position. So, but I just wanted to show you how much this EA can go up to, winning, how much can it win. And as you can see here, it reached 8 million in just a few days. And here it reached 13 million in the first week of January. You can see how much this thing can actually win. Of course, there's how could something like that win a lot of money? Basically, we're talking about a few things here. First off, my EA has a few systems that allow it to multiplicate the positions and multiplicate the volume. So instead of just buying 1 ounce, if you have the available balance, I will buy 10 ounces, or buy 100 ounces, or buy 200 or 1,000 ounces. Depends on how much money you have. Also, there is a multi-position system, which this multi-position system allows you to multiplicate the positions that you open. Instead of opening 1 or 2 or 3 manual or 10 manually, no, this thing can actually open 1,000 and 2,000 and 4,000 and 10,000. Depends on the amount of money that the account has, and also depends on a few other parameters that you can choose. You can choose to only play with 10% of the balance, 20, all the way up to 100% of the balance. Here I'm actually doing 100% of the balance, and you can see how much I reached so far. We're talking about a lot of money. We're talking about lots and lots of money. And look at this, how much? 153 million. And there we are in end of January. So you can see this is going crazy. 23 million. Sorry, 23 million so far. And we are at the end of January. So this will go up so much. Now, how could we do this? Aside from having multiple position systems, scaling system, how could you reach this much money? And also, how can you avoid losing? First off, you can never avoid losing. And you can see here a few times that we lost. At this place here, we lost. Again, we lost. A bit of gain. Again, we lost. And it will gain again. Here as well in the back, you can see a few of them we lost. And here again, we went down a bit. We're talking about 14 million after reaching 20-something million. So it loses money, but it doesn't lose as much as gaining. And this is what we play on. We play on gaining so much, and when we lose, we don't lose as much. And then we end up with the difference. This difference could be huge. Why? Because if you lose, we have some mechanism that would stop the losing at certain positions, at certain amount. And then here, as I said, this is still running. We're using 1 million, and back here at the chart, as I was just saying that yes, we will lose, but we will not lose as much because we have a mechanism in place that will stop the dealing or will stop the position, whether it was buy or sell, at certain amount. percentage would say. Depends on the market, depends on the moving up and down and stuff like that. But when we win, we let the EA let the chart follows the chart all the way up. You can see here. You can see here that we have this green line. We have this green line, and you can see we took the whole thing almost. And how much did we reach? We reached 44,937,990. This is real. Yes, it is real. As I said, yes, we lose a bit, but when we win so much. From 16 million, we won all the way up to 44 million. We're talking about almost 30 million. But when we lost a few here and a few there. You know what I mean? This green line here, it didn't, the chart went up and went down again. There was resistance, so it went down back again. That's why we didn't win much here. But the ones that actually went up and then maybe went down a bit, or like the one here at the end, went up all the way and went down a little bit, we won everything here. Now, we are so far in February 20th, and you can see the amount of money that we have so far. 44 million. And again, another green line. And if it will not go down so much, we will win that amount. We'll see how much it will go. Now, there you go. We're talking now about over 80 million. Over 80 million. So again, we won 40 million. Again, we won all the way to 85,523 and 940. This is a long number to say. So anyway, now we do have other systems in position that will control the risk. We disable and enable certain days. Because we see that some certain days it's not good to trade. We also have a reverse system in place. Now, I want to talk to you about a bit more about multi-position and scaling system. Now, what is multi-position and scaling system? Now, if you have $100,000 in your account, and you instead of opening just one position, this is with multi-position, instead of opening just one position, it will actually open 1,000 position. Now, if you have more money, it might open 2,000, 3,000. Now, of course, there are some brokers that have a limit on the amount of positions that you can open. It's still with this limit. For example, this test is actually done on a broker that has a 1,000 position limit. And this EA or this account is with Admiral. Now, there are others that don't have limit. Yes, if you look at FX Choice, for example, they don't have limit on amount of positions. So far, this is what I see, because I've reached 5,000 positions at a time, and it was no problem. There was no problem at all. Now, you can see that we went actually over 100 million. And we're still in March. This is beginning of March. And we have over 100 million. 100 million and 4. This is crazy money. This is starting with 1 million. Of course, if you start with, I've done this test, and if you start with 10,000 and you do multi-position and 100%, or I would say 50,000, because we recommend 50,000 for multi-position. You can do scaling with 10,000. Now, with multi-position, $50,000, you can reach a lot of money. You can reach over 31 million with 50,000 US dollar and 100% multi-position. Now, if you choose only scaling without multi-position, scaling is for the ones that want to be a little bit secure than having to play with multi-position. You can use scaling, and scaling, see, now we reached 114 million. Now, scaling, what is scaling do? It basically, instead of opening one position with 1 ounce, it opens one position, but instead of 1 ounce, it opens it with, displays with the value, opens it with 10 ounces. Also depends on how much money you have in your account. It could go actually up to 100, 200, 300. Also depends on the limitation that the broker has, but it goes all the way up. And if it reaches the limitation, the broker gives you the maximum that they have. So there's no problem with that. So this is scaling. Now, if you want to be a little bit more secure, you don't want to play with so much million. You don't want to gain so much money. Of course, with risk always comes great winnings. Of course, you want to be safe. You're not going to win as much money. Now we reach 146,560,901. Yes, it went a bit down. It will go. It will catch up. Now we're at 26th of March. And as I was saying, if you want to be safe, don't enable the scaling system, don't enable the multi-position system, just start with $10,000 and it will give you over 750,000 in the period of 6 months, from January 1st all the way up to 23rd of July. It will give you over 750,000 just for 10,000 without enabling any systems, any scaling or multi-position systems. It will reach that much money. Now this is version 2. We started from version 1. We had about 3 or 4 updates after that, and then we optimized the codes greatly. And this is why I jumped from 1.4, I think, all the way to 2, because this is worth it. Now you can see that we went all the way over 194,000, 195,000. I'm sorry, 195,028,342. This is a very long number to say. So I was saying that this is version 2, and in version 2 we've done great optimization, so much optimization. Before we were only reaching 13 million if you're using the multi-position, and 250,000 if you're using only scaling, and about 55,000 if you're not using any systems. But after the optimization, and also after the optimization, we have reached new heights. This is crazy heights. And this is the same code, but we optimized the code. Now you can see we got to 256 million. 256 million, and you can enlarge the picture and see how much this in reality, how much it went up to. Now in version 2, we also simplified parameters, because before in version 1 and all the way to version 1.4, I think the parameters were too much, and it might be a bit complicated for some people, and most of the time you will not be using most of these parameters. That's why the parameters are still in the code, but they just don't show in the inputs. So in the properties of the EA, you will only see few parameters to make it easy for you to choose between multi-position system, scaling system, normal system. Disable 1 or 2 or 3 parameters, and that's it. Now you can see we got to 296 million, and we are in 17th of April. 296 million, starting with only 1 million. Now this code can be used with small clients and can be used with large clients. For corporates, banks and stuff like that, they can use it because this thing makes a lot of money. Now also what I wanted to talk to you about, now you can see 294 million. what I wanted to also talk to you about. Now, a lot of people have EAs on the market, and they say we make millions, and some people say billions, some people say trillions. Now, how could you tell of these people saying the truth or not? Basically, his code, if it's winning all the time, then you know there is something fishy about it. You know that there's something not right about it. Because there's no way you can win all the time. You have to lose because you're dealing with unpredictable situations. You cannot predict. You can never predict what's going to happen in the future. For example, you open today buy position. After 2 seconds, after 2 minutes, after 2 hours, instead of it going up, it went down. What are you going to do? You have to close with the loss. You have to. If you see that other EAs have only winnings, there's no loss. The thing that the lines don't go down, you don't see any loss, then you know right away that this is a fishy code. This code has been set up exactly, customized for this period to only win, and will never lose. Second thing you can tell if this EA can make this much money or not. What kind of market it's dealing with? Is this market has a lot of movement or not? For example, if you're only dealing with PEPs, now you can see we reached 309,741,164 so far. Over 300 million. Now, the second thing I was talking about, which is how you can tell if this EA is real or not, is the market. Now, if you're only dealing with PEPs, meaning PEPs means you're dealing with 0.0000. You're dealing with fourth decimal point. Fourth decimal point, there is no way you can make trillions and billions of dollars. Now we can see we reached 324 million. Why we can reach this with gold? Gold, you're dealing with ounces. 1 ounce is 1,800. Now you're talking about almost $1,900 for 1 ounce. If you buy 900, you buy 10,000 ounce, there's a lot of money. So if you win a lot of money. And if you lose, yes, you lose a lot of money, but not as much as you're winning, because we control the losing, but we let the winning go all the way up. We don't stop it. As much as far as it can go, we go with it. For example, yesterday, the gold went from 1,800, I think 15 or like beginning of 1,800, it went all the way and almost reached 1,900. It went almost $100 per ounce. If we had 5,000 ounces opened, and 5,000 positions open, and in the same time we had scaling, and each position had, say, 100 ounce, 200, 1,000 ounce. Imagine the amount of money that you can make. And that's why, yes, you are able to see this amount, this much money, this amount of money that you can win. If you're dealing only with PEPs, fourth decimal point, you think you really can reach millions in few months? I don't think so. Even with multi-position, with scaling, I think you have to wait for a few years to make few millions. I think so. So you have to play with the market that has a lot of movement. If it has a lot of movement, then there is great chance of winning. 321 million so far. It went up a bit, 347 million, and then it went down again. As I say, yes, the code will lose, but it's controlling the loss. And when it wins a lot of money. Yes, you can see down here, down here, down here. You can see all these, but in the same time, when it goes up, it goes really up. It goes multiplications of these losses. That's why we are able to win this much money. Also, in this EA, Gold Super Trends, What we have other few systems that I don't want to talk too much about, but I'll give you a small hints. We have some systems in place to control losses. We have system to control reversing the trades. Instead of buying, instead of opening a buy, we open a sell. Instead of opening a sell, we open a buy, and so forth. We also have some risk controlling. You can enable and disable the systems as much as you want while the code is still running. You don't have to stop the EA anytime you want to do any change, because the EA catches any change automatically. If you change anything, next time it will do. It will look at the market, because you know this EA uses 3-hour chart or time frame. So every 3 hours it looks once at the market. Why? Because it eliminates all the small ups and downs. We don't want that. We only catch trends. We don't care about small ups and downs. Two up, 2 down, 3 up, 3 down, 5 maybe. We ignore that. We catch the big ones. Like yesterday, we caught almost on one account that had only $10,000, and it had a multi-position system on. We won about $70,000. $70,000. This is 700% of your initial deposit. This is a lot of money. Now you can see it went down to 296 million from 347 million. Yes, it went down so much. It will catch up. Don't worry, it will catch up. Also, you don't say, for this you don't say, oh, I lost this much money. No, you didn't lose this money. We're actually gaining because you started with 1 million. Yes, it's going up and down, but at the end, how much are you winning? This is the main thing. How much are you winning? This is the main thing. You can see you started here at 13 million in January. We started with 1 million. Right away in January 7th, you can see here, we made 13 million, 1,300 your initial deposit. 1,300. So far we were at, and it went up to 195, 293,000, 300, 92 million. Now we'll see how much you will reach up to. So really, you don't say, no, I'm losing. Now we're at 15th of July. We're almost at the end of the video and the test. The test will stop at 23rd of July, and it's 2020. And we'll see how much we will reach, 299 million. We'll see how much this will go up to. We're almost done. And this took 22 minutes, almost 23 minutes. But why is it taking so long? Because it's doing a lot of positions, and it doesn't open just 1 or 2 or 5. It opens thousands of positions. With Admiral, there's a limit with 1,000, so we're opening 1,000 every time. But with other brokers, you can go 5,000, 10,000, no problem. Now you can see how much we got to. Of course, this is the yesterday's trend, and we got yesterday's trend, and we went all the way to almost 350 million. And we'll see the report. You can see 351,945. So if you take your 1 million initial deposit, you can see it up there. Then you won 350 million. We won gross 561. We lost 209 million. And at the end, we have 351 million. And this is the amount of trades that we done. 102,000 trades. Back and forth. Total 204,000, because you open and close. Same one, you open it and close it, so double that. So you're talking about 204. And you can see how much the maximum profit was. 144,000, just one shop. The losses was only 48,000. Now profit trade 17,000. This is the average, 17,000. Look at the losses, only 2,900. That's what I'm saying. We play with making the losses so little and making the wins so much. And this is the other charts that you can look at, and you can see all the blue ones are what we won, and that's why we won so much. Look at the red ones; they're so small, and look at this biggest one here, and the last one. This is all winning. So we'll talk